Welcome to Amplifying Leadership and Tip Thursday with Tara, your weekly dose of practical leadership tips and strategies you can apply immediately to your team and your work. I am Tara Lehman, founder and CEO of Amplifying Leadership. Each week, I will share insights and takeaways designed to help you build, enhance, and grow your leadership skills. It's actionable guidance you can use right away. Welcome back to Tip Thursday with Tara. So today I want to talk about something that leaders don't often pause long enough to do, which is checking in with themselves. Not with the team or one-on-ones, not with where your workload's sitting, not even with your calendar, but with yourself. Many leaders are actually pretty good, at noticing when we're busy or when our calendars are full or when there's a lot of pressure and everything is really elevated. But it's much harder to notice when you're personally starting to shift from that busy, moving to the stressed, and then heading towards the burnout. It usually happens in small, subtle changes, and they're easy to justify. So you might tell yourself you're just tired today, or it's just a busy season. You may even tell yourselves that things will calm down tomorrow or the next week or next month. And sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. So instead of waiting for a breaking point when all of a sudden you realize that you're stressed, I want to give you a simple way to start building that awareness in yourself earlier. It's not about judging yourself. It's not about fixing everything instantly. It's just about bringing awareness to those changes. So here's a few questions that you can ask yourself just to start with that personal check-in. You can do this as often as you want, daily, weekly, in the middle of a hectic day, whenever you feel something is not quite right or is off. So the first question to ask yourself is, am I feeling constantly on, but not actually being productive? That is the feeling where you might be moving all day, responding to those emails and messages and going from meeting to meeting, but at the end of the day, it really feels like you got nothing meaningful done that moves you forward. The second question could be, am I reacting more than I am responding? So instead of feeling that steady and intentionality with your decisions or with your people, you feel a bit more short, rushed, or maybe even emotionally charged in your responses. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It just means that your system might be overloaded. The third question is, am I starting to drop the things that normally keep me grounded? Now, these could be things such as taking breaks or real lunch breaks, real as in you get away from your desk, you're not working while you're eating, taking those short pauses between meetings so you can let your mind put the one meeting aside and get ready for the next. Could be getting outside and breathing in some fresh air, even stepping away from your desk for 5 minutes. When those things start disappearing, it's often a sign your capacity is starting to get stretched. And the fourth question, am I feeling emotionally different than usual? You might notice that you're starting to be a little bit more irritable. You're just feeling blah or flat, disconnected, or maybe you're having less patience for things that you would normally handle really easily. Again, nothing of these is wrong. It's just signals. The goal here isn't to label yourself as stressed or burnt out. We never wanted to be able to do that. It's to increase awareness early enough that you still have a choice in how you respond so that you don't have to get to stress or burnout. Remember, once you're fully burnt out, your options are very limited. But when you notice these early signs, we can make those small adjustments that actually can change your trajectory towards stress and burnout to back to being functional. So what does it look like? It does mean taking a real break instead of pushing through. And it does mean having lunch, not at your desk. It can mean getting outside for 10 minutes just to reset your thinking. Maybe you have to reprioritize what actually needs your attention today and what's actually going to move the goals forward. It could also just mean taking a few deep breaths, breathing in for a count of 3 and breathing out for a count of 3 while you bring your shoulders down. It could also be delegating something or a decision instead of carrying it yourself. Small shifts matter really more than the big overhauls in these moments because they help us get regrounded. I also want to say something important from a leadership perspective. This kind of self-awareness really isn't just a personal development, but it does directly impact how you lead. When you ignore your own stress signals, it will show up in your decision making, your day to day communication, and even your patience or emotions with others. And because you're leading by example, the stress starts to show up in those people that you are leading because you're leading it by example. And so they're following you. Building this habit about your isn't just about your well-being. It isn't just about making sure you're taking those breaks. It's about your effectiveness as well. One final note. Tools like this are also something that you can normalize in your team, not by turning it into some formal, hey, everybody, let's take 10 minutes to go outside exercise, unless that helps you get started. It's not a checklist. It's by modeling the behavior yourself, making space for conversations around capacity and stress, and being open to talking about mental health. When leaders treat awareness as normal when it comes to stress and burnout and overwhelm, teams start to feel that permission to do the same thing and bring up when they are starting to feel stressed. And that's where healthier and more sustainable workplaces and performance can start to show up. It's not about pushing harder. It's about noticing earlier and taking small steps to manage it before it becomes a bigger problem. For more tools on this tip, we have posted an extended Tip Thursday with Tara on our Circle community for our Inner Circle members. You can try the Amplifying Leadership Circle community out for free today. Information and free trial links are available on our website. That is your Tip Thursday with Tara for this week. If you are looking to clarify leadership priorities, build strong teams, or empower those around you, I'm here to help. Explore our programs, coaching, and the Amplifying Leadership Circle community at amplifyingleadership.ca, because leadership is better when we do it together. Until next time, remember, leadership matters.